you think then that statement of, oh, art is a gift, do you think that is what's damaging this expectation of the way you learn art then? Because I'm noticing that people kind of get to this stage and they go, okay, well, obviously it must just be a gift that I've got.
That's actually very, very interesting what you said. I think, well, from my understanding, if I must have taught maybe 3,000 students in my 20 years, and I only came across one gifted child where a lesson that should have taken a month took one day. For me, that is a gift.
Yeah.
And that's very, very rare. That is so rare.
Yeah.
That's a gifting not from this earth. So it's very rare.
So then
the rest of us mortal, we have to apply ourselves.
So then do you think then that the way the curriculum is set up is basically then, it's almost like saying that, right, I want to be a heart surgeon, but I only want to learn how to transplant the heart. I don't want to learn anything else before. I don't want to learn how to prep, how to cut, how to sharpen my utensils, how to do all these things. I just want to learn how to transplant the heart, and then I'm a heart transplant a surgeon. Is that kind of what is going on?
Yeah, I think a lot of people fantasize, and then when you try and bring their fantasies into reality, then they go, oh my word, there's just so much work, and you have to really apply yourself. Look, with Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all the rest, and time-lapse videos, to see how a painter will spend 3 hours or 4 hours on a painting, and when it's time-lapsed, it's not even 5 minutes. So I think a person who doesn't know about art, it's actually sending an unrealistic sort of message to them. And Justine, it's like with you, when I see you doing a demo, it really looks so easy, because you're so skilled. It looks like you're not focusing, you're not even applying yourself. You're just in the moment, and you produce. So I think a very, very skilled artist who demos gives the illusion that it's just, there's no effort involved. So we do, I think us artists, well, you especially, because you do a lot of demoing, you create an illusion that it's really not difficult, and you really don't need experience. So, I suppose like a magician in a way.
Yeah.
Where it's a magician, creates an illusion, but there's just so much background work going on, and there's a plan and a sequence and, things like that. So, yeah, I have come across a lot of students who just don't want to spend time. And getting back to the surgery thing, it's such a pity. So if, for example, if a student spends, say, 2.5 months going through the basic drawing, and when I say the basic drawing course, there's a lot involved in the basic drawing course, and there's a lot of modules to get through. You know, it's understanding facets, understanding perspective, understanding proportion, all these, and we don't read through it. We actually apply everything that I explain, or what they read, they apply. And that's when they get it very quickly, because they're applying the knowledge. They're putting everything into practice. And then you'll get a student who will try and rush through everything, but they will only master 1 or 2 modules. And they won't master, say, for hypothetically, the 12 modules to go through for the 2.5 months.
Okay.
They'll just skip through it. So unfortunately, for them and for me, I don't know. I was actually discussing that today. I will not pass them on modules. I will invite them to go back and apply themselves better in certain modules that they didn't do well in. And yes, they do kick up against me, which is fine, some of them, but it's a far harder to be a stricter teacher than to be a lenient one. And I think also it's my name that's going out there as well, Justine, and I'm sure you feel the same way. And I have high standards, and I just feel, why must I lower my standards to be on the level of a student? It should be the other way around. Maybe it's draconian, maybe it's old-fashioned, but the results have shown that it works to have a firm, per se, teacher, because I think a strict teacher, in the sense of being lenient and just being a facilitator, is somebody who cares, you know, and it's tougher to be a tough, having to explain over and over again, not a problem, you know, for me, yes. And then standing firm, that's so important for the sake of when I look at someone who really doesn't want to do their drawing, I appeal to them and say, well, long term, if you look in the long term, you know, you don't have to ever go back and learn these lessons. You'll never ever forget them. So it will actually, you know, save you time and energy anyway.
And to add to what you're saying, I mean, I remember when
there's a lot of...
Yeah, and just to add to what you're saying, because I remember Reino Swart, when I explained the story, and I don't think students really understand when you say you sat for 15 minutes and only did 1 brushstroke. And I think students really don't get it. To paint a whole painting, we took almost 6 months to paint a whole painting, 1 painting. And looking back now, I mean, I remember I used to come to you and pull my hair out and go, I'm gonna scream, and you said to me, hang in there, because he's slowing you down for a reason. And I cannot thank him enough, because now I'm so fast because he slowed me down so much. And like you say, he did not let you skip, he did not let you pass. It was really important to do that. And I think a lot of people fell off who didn't get it. They left.
Yeah, it's sort of almost instant gratification, you know. I mean, yeah, Justine, you just reminding me of a violinist. He was the fastest violinist in the world, and he was young. When I say young, he was your age, and that's young for me. And they asked him, but how, you know, who trained you? And he said, and he named whoever it was, and he said, because I learned things slowly in order to master them completely, and I've never forgotten that.
That's 100%.
So you were right when you mentioned Rainer.
So then this is...
And I suppose if you come to think of it...
Okay.
Yeah, so I suppose if you remember Gran, when she taught dancing,
Mm.
And she'd do the steps very, very slowly, the sequences very slowly, so that you could understand the sequence 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You know, it's you're laughing there
I
with
just keep
those
on
lovely
hearing left in
memories.
my
Yeah.
head, left.